If you're finding yourself stuck in the minutiae of life instead of living into your deeper meaning and purpose, if your soul is craving for radical expression, but you can't find your voice, even if you are just noticing how you don't feel like showing up in the creation of your dreams, or you get creatively blocked about what to share and how to share it, this video is going to help. When you can align with your heart's greater purpose and surrender your fear, you release your seed potential to its own pattern of perfection. This is about letting go of the battle inside instead of fighting the enemy that we see on the outside. When you can do that, duality no longer exists, and there is nothing left to limit you from living a limitless life. And money will be a side effect. Metaphysical marketing, the idea that there is energy behind what you post. There is energy in the words that you share. And as you share them in the highest energy, as you walk away from that content and you trust that it will have the impact that you want, that impact will play out without any force at all. Imagine a world where everyone trusted in their creative ability, spoke their truth directly, and felt in their heart that they could create whatever they wanted to, trusted that they could draw their reality to them, whatever that reality was, however impossible that seems. Traditionally, a shaman goes through 24 rites of passage to eliminate their fears. And the payoff to that is access to a place in your mind that we call the superconscious mind, that heals wounds and manifests desires easily. What I'm going to share with you today might be confronting, and you might even find yourself resisting what you're hearing and telling yourself, this doesn't refer to what I'm experiencing. But I invite you to be open, to open your heart and hear what I've got to say, and really see this as you embracing your mystery. I had a vision during the pandemic that, to be frank, really scared me. There was literally a line drawn down the middle of society. And on one side of the line, there were all of these people living in this beautiful light and love and abundance. And on the other side of society, it was basically enslavement. And I could see upon reflection how it was literally what the pandemic created in terms of those who said yes to insecurity and being excluded, and those who said yes to security and being included. The beautiful thing that the polarity of my vision showed me was the illumination of polarity, because honestly, humanity is at a crossroads. We have created a monster, but it's not outside of us like the powers of be are trying to lead us to believe. It is within us. What I have learned as a business shaman, working with visionary coaches, spiritual leaders, and entrepreneurs who are on a mission, is that the unsafety of the average human being in their energy body is a problem that is running deep. It comes from the barrage of lack and threat that we are being shown from all directions, from social media, television programming, movies, the education system, government. It feels like a never-ending series of crises and potential crises. We are worried about climate change, wars, the pandemic, the next pandemic, the threat of another pandemic. We even have these emergency alarms on our phones now that are following us around wherever we go, with one benefit. A struggling population is a dependent population. A dependent population feeds the system that is based on the extremes of helplessness and power. But many people are waking up That was the accidental benefit of the pandemic, right? It squeezed people into a corner where they were forced to make a decision to face their fear or go against their deepest values. Unconsciously, they made a decision to trust in their inner power. And that is what you can do, but you can do it consciously. And that is where I help people. I wake up this immense power within you that enables you to bend reality to your will, to your divine truth at will, whatever circumstance you have come from. Magic is available to everyone, but not when you are living in fear instead of in trust. Safety is an illusion. The movement I am leading is to help leaders of the new earth frequency find their safety and their security within, so they can awaken the seeds of their destiny and literally save the world from the vision that I saw by letting go of their fear and leading along a path that is different, leaning into the radical expression of their gifts and their magic. My vision may seem extreme or apocalyptic, but 3 years on from the pandemic, I deeply understand it. Love harvests. When you can align with your heart's greater purpose and surrender your fear, you release your seed potential to its own pattern of perfection. And you are guided, you are supported when you can tap in and listen to that voice within. The universe only knows balance, and achieving that balance begins with us breaking free from the narrow reality tunnel that we look down when we are guided by our fears. This is about letting go of the battle inside instead of fighting the enemy that we see on the outside. When you can do that, duality no longer exists, and there is nothing left to limit you from living a limitless life. And money will be a side effect of that. Let's think about it logically. I'm guessing you're running an empire right now. It's getting busy. It's taking your time and it's taking hustle for you to make money. You know there is another level of your expression, another level of your creativity, but where do you find the time to find it? Think about how much time you would actually save if you were certain about what you wanted to say and you believed you could actually say it. If you let go of all of the limits that you place on whether it's going to be received well, whether people are going to understand it, whether it's going to talk to your target audience, and you just expressed limitlessly in your power, in your truth, and you stopped seeking for external validation, or even how big would your quantum leap be if you had certainty that the dream you truly want to live is already written in your destiny. Now we are getting to the crux of things. Before I go forward, if you are liking this video, make sure that you drop me a like, drop me a comment, even subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I watch people spend weeks, months, even years stuck, playing small and not shining their light on the world because of their fears. They say that they are scared of failure, when in fact, often they're scared of their success because their lack of belief in themselves runs deep. And it is deepened by how society plays on our fears. I believe the tide of AI is simply playing on our fears and our insecurities, that what we have to say isn't good enough, that we don't say it in the perfect way. And so we lean on the content AI, the chat GPT, because we think it's going to say it better. It's going to give us the certainty. It's going to give us the vehicle to the external validation we need, that what we have to say, what we believe counts and will create the outcomes that we are seeking, instead of leaning in and believing that within ourselves already. Metaphysical marketing, the idea that there is energy behind what you post. There is energy in the words that you share. And as you share them in the highest energy, as you walk away from that content and you trust that it will have the impact that you want, that impact will play out without any force at all. Watch my last video on AI. If you were already feeling that there is a dark side to content AI and you were looking for a reason to lean back into yourself and your own expression, I'll pop the link to that last video down in the description. Your voice is the most powerful gift that you have ever been given. And our voice is being stripped away. We saw that in the pandemic with how quickly people complied, even giving up their integrity of their own body and freedom of choice in order to feel safe, hold on to their jobs, feel included in society. If you're struggling to use your voice and this is affecting you in your business, seeking another coach or course to shove more information down your throat, or using content AI to give you a false sense of security that you're doing something positive to solve the problems that you have, whatever they are that you think are outside of you, it's not the way forward. In fact, I would go as far as to say that you are giving up your chance to find your unique way forward, pave your unique path, and have your own unique expression. Imagine a world where everyone trusted in their creative ability, spoke their truth directly, and felt in their heart that they could create whatever they wanted to, trusted that they could draw their reality to them, whatever that reality was, however impossible that seems. That is what I do with my clients. I help them to unleash their impossible from the limits they place on themselves that come from their fears. Check out my video in the description with my clients' stories. Be amazed, be inspired, but take inspired to action. Evolution will come from seeing the gift in the illumination of our fears and insecurities that keep us trapped in this extreme polarity between power and helplessness. I asked you to imagine a world where everyone knew their creative ability, where everybody spoke their truth. Society as we know it would fall apart. It would collapse, right? And that is where the control is coming from. But I'll say it again, the universe only knows balance. The fear, insecurity, and feelings of unsafety are only in our energy body. The universe is just manifesting a match to your energy body, to our collective energy bodies. So simply by each and every one of us investing in our inner peace, investing in creating a coherent field of energy coming from us, we collectively and individually can change everything in our reality. Bliss is key to this. What does your future look like from a place of leaning more into your bliss and less into your fears? What are the limits that you're placing on yourself? What would you be doing differently if you didn't have these limits? And if the answer to that question is not coming easily to you, then try this beautiful journaling prompt. If everything was really possible, I would ... You might be surprised what comes up. Fear causes you to live in the past, to live an illusion, and to fear your future. And what we worry about, we call in. Worrying is praying for everything that you don't want. The absolute opposite is possible. Traditionally, a shaman goes through 24 rites of passage to eliminate their fears. And the payoff to that is access to a place in your mind that we call the superconscious mind that heals wounds and manifests desires easily. I wrote my book, Awaken Your Miracle Frequency. It's easier than you think to have it all, to learn how you can access this ultra mind. We access it by releasing fear, just like the shaman, which is why I believe shamanism will save the world. We must stop looking at the challenges and see them as gifts, dressed up as struggles, but inviting you to raise your frequency. They are the illumination of where you can let go of anything within your energy body that is creating your limits, so you can expand into the love, light, and infinite abundance that I saw as possibility in my vision, instead of the darkness. And what if we could all step into the world as I saw it in my vision, just by raising our individual frequency, and thus the frequency of the collective? All of the problems that we're all trying so hard to fix, they would solve themselves. As I share in my book, there was a study in New Delhi where monks got together for transcendental meditation every week for a number of months, and the crime rates in New Delhi went down. This stuff is powerful. We are literally creating our own glass ceilings. A little while ago, I worked with a teacher plant that helps you to access the future to obtain wisdom. In my first experience using this teacher plant in altered state of consciousness, I witnessed this beautiful butterfly that was flying up and banging its head against what seemed to be a glass ceiling. I was really confused by the essence of this butterfly, which represents transformation, hope, and freedom, and the feeling of this butterfly hitting its head on this glass ceiling and not being able to fly freely. This altered state of consciousness, this journey, this vision led me to reveal my own glass ceiling at the time. And using my own transformational method, the quantum leap method, I was able to shatter this glass ceiling. In a second journey, I became the butterfly and I flew up where this glass ceiling had previously been, up into the stars, and I was faced with this incredible star portal. I had seen this star portal in previous visions, but I had been unable to fly freely through it. In this vision, I flew through the star portal, and on the other side, I was surprised at what I found. It was this beautiful Garden of Venus. It was so earthly. I'd believed that what I was seeking, what was through the star portal, would be otherworldly, would be magnificent, would be something I didn't know yet. And yet it was everything that I know, and potentially everything that I hadn't been paying attention to, the beauty of the present moment. I could feel the grass like silk under my feet. I could smell the flowers. They were these beautiful colors, beautiful golds and purples. I could see the sparkling of the water in the streams, hear the songs of the birds. And I had this realization that in all of my eagerness for progress and better, I wasn't living fully into each moment in appreciation like this. Later that lunar cycle, I had another interesting experience where I found a little butterfly with a broken wing on my deck. The cat had got into this butterfly. My kids were devastated. They said, "Mummy, can we bring the little butterfly inside and help to keep it alive?" And so we put the little butterfly in a box with some flowers and sugar water and all things nice, and we tried to keep this butterfly alive, which we did for days, until one day when my girls were at school, the cleaner left the door open and the cat got into the bedroom and got the butterfly again. I was already feeling confused about my real life showing me, after this beautiful experience of this free butterfly with its wings flying away, and I was the butterfly. I was already feeling confused to find a butterfly with broken wings in this 3D world. And then I was being shown this butterfly dying in front of me. And I sat as this butterfly passed away. I watched it take its last breath and I invited it to let go. And then I thanked the butterfly because I had this stark realization of the fragility of life. Everything that I was missing by not being fully in the present moment, by not appreciating everything in the present moment, by creating my own gap between where I am and where I thought I wanted to be. I realized that if we don't seek to live in the moment like that, we will live through lifetimes to learn the lesson that we need to fully embrace bliss, to fully experience samadhi in this lifetime. And this is the peace that lies between the extremes of helplessness and power. Upon having this realization through this journey, a little later in the lunar cycle, as I reflected on the previous month and the journey that I had taken, and I felt into why I'd had this experience and what it meant to me as a midwife for planetary transformation. And I saw myself in full headdress with all the feathers, with my spirit animal, my dog, and hundreds and thousands of people in front of me. And I realized the simple processes that I have created, the simple tools that I have created to access your superconscious mind, your ultra mind, they are powerful. To work with your energy, to clear your energy, they are powerful. But without my power of expression, without me speaking my truth directly, I cannot lead others, and neither can you. So I have been on my own journey since then to release my fears of being more visible, of speaking my truth more directly, saying the things that previously I've been afraid to say. And I'm on a mission now to help you access your superconscious mind with my simple tools and the ancient wisdom that you hold in your body, so that you can let go of your fear and fully step into your truth and your true essence. I am so in the belief of the power of this that I actually said yes to write in another book, an anthology called Leading with Light. And I'm taking on the subject of the fear we have around money. And I am speaking my truth. And I'm going to help people to understand that money is available to everyone equally when you release your fears by tapping into your inner shaman. I share my story of hearing the call of my inner shaman and how it has guided me to show you that you can access your inner shaman as well, and why you should. You can restore your spiritual power and use it for your own good and the good of humanity. You don't have to become a shaman. We have that power within all of us. Those 24 rites of passage that the shaman went to, you are being gifted those rites of passage in your life every single day. But maybe you are seeing them as challenges that you can't overcome because of the fears that you haven't released. And many of those fears will be unconscious. So I'm gifting you the opportunity to embrace your mystery, reclaim who you truly are and what you are supposed to be doing here in this world. Really live into your deeper meaning and purpose. I guess you could call this chapter in this new book the unwritten chapter of my own book, Awaken Your Miracle Frequency. It's easier than you think to have it all. I had only really just begun my journey into shamanism when I was getting ready to release that book. But now I believe that shamanism is the antidote to the fear that is endemic to today's society. And this is the beginning of me going deeper, sharing more from my heart, speaking more of my truth, so that you can speak more of your truth as well. Remember, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you're keen to see more content from me, hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time a new video goes live.